What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video on my channel. This is F.O.P with Matt. In today's lesson, we're going to cover playing in C position, the different types of clefs, and also the different types of notes. A lot to get to today, so let's get started. As you may recall in our previous lesson, we talked about the names of the white keys on a standard keyboard. Well, today we're going to pair those with different notes. And what we're going to use is the C position. Take a look at this diagram. This is the C position. It is called that because the bass note begins on the key of C. Now let's break it down even further. This symbol is called the treble clef. It indicates what hand will be playing those notes. And typically we use the right hand when we're playing in the treble clef. Now going back to the previous diagram, focus on the right half of the diagram. This is the treble clef, which means we're going to use the right hand to play these notes. So C, also known as middle C, as we have discussed in the previous lesson. Second finger to play D, located right here. The third finger to play E, located right here. The F, we're going to use our fourth finger, and it's located right here. And the G, we're going to use our pinky, and is located right here. Now watch this demonstration of me playing all 5 notes on the keyboard and follow along if you can. This is C, D, E, F, G. Use the prior diagram in this video as a reference. So now let's take a look at the left hand. Take a look at this symbol. This is known as the bass clef. Again, this indicates what hand will be playing the notes. And generally, this is used by the left hand. Now going back to our diagram, we're now going to focus on the left side of the diagram. Now take a look. We're going to start on the C that is below the middle C. And this time we're going to start with our 5th finger, also known as the pinky. And then right next to it is D, played by our 4th finger. E is played by our 3rd finger. F is played by our 2nd finger. And G is played by the 1st or the thumb. So now let's take a look at how I play this on the keyboard. So as you see, my pinky is on the C that is below the middle C. So we start with 5. Then my 4th finger plays the D right here. The E, which is the 3rd finger, right here. My 2nd finger is on the F right here. And my thumb, marked with the number 1, plays the G right here. So C, D, E, F, and G. So now when I combine them together, it sounds like this. C, D, E, F, G for the left hand, and C, D, E, F, and G for the right hand. Now let's talk about the different types of notes. Music is made up of different rhythms, and we use a counting process to determine how many beats each note gets. Well, let's look at the different types. This is the quarter note. It is marked as a circle filled with black ink with a stem that either goes up or down. And a quarter note gets 1 beat. So in this clapping demonstration, let's count in beats of 4. So quarter note would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So each quarter note just gets 1 beat. Now this note right here is a half note, and it is indicated with a circular shape, no filling, and a stem that goes up or down. Now again, in this clapping demonstration, we're going to do beats of 4. And so a half note would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how I don't clap on the second beat. So notice 1, 2, 3, 4. Because again, the half note is held for 2 beats. And finally, let's take a look at this note. This is a whole note indicated with a circular shape with no filling and no stem. And it's held for 4 beats. So again, in this clapping demonstration, we're going to do beats of 4. And it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, notice how I clap once and we hold that for 4 beats. Again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's put all the notes in one exercise. Take a look at this exercise. It combines quarter notes, half notes, and whole notes. Please play along if you can. A couple things to note. On the top line, on the farthest left, you'll notice that there are 2 number 4s on the top and 2 number 4s on the bottom. This is what we call a time signature, which we can ignore for now as we will cover this in a later lesson. Also note that there are lines separating each group of notes, and these lines separate the notes in what we call measures. And as you may notice, there are 8 total measures in this piece. Each measure, there are 4 notes, so each measure has 4 beats. You'll notice as we start playing the song. One final thing to note is on the bottom line, to the far left, after the half note, there's a little black marking. That indicates a rest. Again, we will cover that in a later lesson, but just to briefly overview, that a rest means that you don't play for that duration. This is a half rest, which means that there are 2 beats where the person doesn't play anything. So basically 2 beats of total silence. So now let's start playing the piece and count along with me as we play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, folks, that wraps up today's lesson on the different types of notes, the different clefs, and the C position. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my page if you haven't already done so, and feel free to leave a comment. But until then, I'll see you all on our next lesson.